Welcome to Real Time with Author Puneet Mathur, Artificial Intelligence, Project Management, and Occult Science Guaranteed, a podcast about artificial intelligence, project management, and occult science. Each week we deliver the best hard-hitting technology and occult science discussions, facts, and information modules.
Now here's your host, Author Puneet Mathur, with a new episode. Boost your career with Predictive Project Management. Welcome to the show, Puneet Mathur. What do you have for all of us today?
Hello, Heather. Thank you for having me on the show. Before we proceed to look at how you can boost your career with Predictive Project Management, let us first look at the three definitions which are important in understanding the basics. First is prediction. Second is machine learning. And third is project management. What is prediction? As Wikipedia.com defines, a prediction or forecast is a statement about a future event. Let us understand this form of project management point of view. If we are able to know and tell about the result of an event of a project, such as the occurrence of a risk or the outcome of a task or project or a program, then we would be able to predict. The question here is on the level of accuracy of prediction of happening of such an event in project management life cycle. The higher is the level of accuracy, the better are the results of prediction. Now let us look at machine learning. As per the Wikipedia.com, machine learning is scientific study of algorithms and statistical models that computer systems use to perform a specific task without using explicit instructions, relying on patterns and inference instead. Machine learning algorithms build a mathematical model based on sample data known as training data in order to make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed to perform the task. The key thing to understand here is that machine learning is also used to make predictions, which are the central theme of this podcast. The predictions are not explicitly or specifically programmed for a certain result. However, the accuracy is measured through the accuracy scores of each of the mathematical algorithms and measuring them. The definition misses out the difference between predictions and decisions, but that I retain for a separate podcast in the future. What is project management? The Wikipedia.com defines project management as the practice of initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing the work of a team to achieve specific goals and meet specific success criteria at the specified time. This definition is more in line with the PMI definition as well. The success criteria is defined in the project scope document, which in turn is derived from the project charter document issued by the project executive sponsor. Now that we have briefly looked at the three important definitions that I am trying to marry together, the science of prediction, machine learning, and project management to help boost your career, let us next look at how this all started. I will narrate to you the story behind the birth of the concept of the Predictive Project Manager.
I would like to take you back in time when I was working as a program manager with a multinational corporation, and I was handling multi-million-dollar projects at that time as the head of the PMO of that organization. And I was giving this presentation about the status of the project and programs to a C-suite executive. And he was also my executive sponsor. So it was a very important presentation which used to happen every month. But this one was special because as I rose up, like I used to every time, and then I started presenting my programs, I'd given the status of the current programs and the various projects which were under that program. And as I finished, he immediately, asked me a question. He asked me, Puneet, can you tell me with certain degree of understanding that whether this particular program is going to end as a status of red, yellow, or green? Now this was a very simple question. It sounded like a very simple question, but it was not. And although I answered that question with a professional, demeanor, but it got me thinking. So when I came back into my office, I started to think what the C-suite executive had asked, or my executive sponsor had asked, was in fact the ability to predict the outcome of projects and programs even before they had completed. So he was asking us to predict and tell how would be the status of the program. Now you could apply this to various other things which an executive sponsor would like to know. For example, whether there would be a scheduled slippage or a cost overrun and things like that. But I started doing my own research, and this course that I present to you is based on that research that I did after that incident, and applied and learned a lot of machine learning techniques professionally, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this course here. In my search, I looked at the PMBOK processes very closely, and I studied all of them in order to understand and have a better understanding to see if PMBOK provided us with any technique or tools or some kind of a way to predict the outcome of the programs very accurately. But I found out that there was nothing except for the risk management, which is basically you're managing the risks of a project or a program. And when you're doing that, you are trying to foresee the future, and you're trying to tell if a risk happens, then what am I going to do about it? How is it going to impact my project or program? And then what's going to be the contingency plan? And at what stage are we going to invoke that contingency plan? So the PMBOK goes only up to that. But if you want to predict the projects and the programs, that is not enough, because even the risks which you put in your risk register, be it the project risk register or the program risk register, it doesn't matter. Wherever you put them, they carry with them an uncertainty. So when you close your project or program, you see when you open your risk register again, which you had created at the time when you had initiated this project or a program, you will see that there are many projects and risks which did not even occur during the life of a project or a program. So with that kind of a mechanism, it is not possible to predict the outcome of projects and programs, even just the status of the project or a program, it's just not possible, because even the risks have a lot of uncertainty in their occurrence. So you need something else. Okay? So you need something else which would help us to even predict the risks themselves. So you need something else. So I understood that it's not possible with the PMBOK processes. And since it was not possible, so I started looking elsewhere. And then I remembered there were statistics, and we had, I had learned during my MBA and other classes that the use of things like linear regression and logistic regression and things like that. So I started studying them again and started looking at the data that I had in the organization and started applying those techniques. And I got a lot of success in that, and I got a lot of confidence that it was indeed possible to predict the outcome of projects and programs through the use of these techniques. Today, that whole learning is known as the umbrella field of data science.
How can you benefit from this knowledge to boost your career? First boost that the predictive project management is going to provide to you is by helping you gain visibility in your current job. You will instantly gain recognition amongst your bosses and your peers as a professional who has additional in-demand machine learning skills to apply in your project management job. Second boost that the predictive project management provides you is that of boosting your resume when you mention knowing machine learning on how to apply it in project management domain. Hiring managers are constantly on the lookout for such candidates who can use innovative new techniques in their jobs to enhance the organization's capabilities. Thirdly, the predictive project management is going to give you the insights that you need to carry out project management in a more scientific way, adding to what the PMBOK or Prince2 processes enable you to do. Now the question comes, how do you learn predictive project management? That is exactly why I created a focused course for project management professionals like you on udemy.com. This is a 5-hour course that teaches you step by step how to implement machine learning in project management. It covers a practical case study which shows agile and project management methodologies as well. It's known as the Predictive Project Manager. Join now to gain the key skills that could be a game changer in your professional career. You could read the book as well if you do not have the time to do a course by buying it online from my website www.pmauthor.com.
Thanks for joining us this week on Author Puneet Mathur's official podcast. Make sure to visit our website www.pmauthor.com/podcast, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show from me. While you're at it, if you found valuable in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you could simply tell a friend about the show, that could help us too. If you'd like this show, you might want to check our ebook, Prediction Secrets Starter Kit, Puneet Mathur is also available for private coaching in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science through website www.pmauthor.com.